file 22223. We are on record this afternoon for simply a dispositional review hearing. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Lee Heiss, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Nastasia Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. Madrid.
Francesca Madrid, foster care worker for Fostering Solutions.
Michael McFarland, representing mother. Alexia, please introduce yourself to the court.
I'm Alexia Rowe.
Thank you.
Samara Hennigan, representing Darnell Edwards. Mr. Edwards, could you please state your name for the record?
Darnell Edwards.
Good morning, Ariel Berger here on behalf of Father Trevon Rowe. Trevon, can you introduce yourself to the court, please?
Okay, Mr. Rowe, you'll have to unmute and give us your name for the record, please.
Trevon Rowe.
Thank you. All right, the record should reflect we had a brief sidebar before we jump to the record, wherein I was updated that we still have not had a custody action filed, unfortunately, by Mr. Edwards. Also that the GAL has been frustrated in her attempts to meet with the children that are placed with Mr. Edwards. I think that was the main things that concern us for today, but I welcome any additional comments from our attorneys. Ms. Thomas.
Your Honor, I believe that accurately reflects the contents of our sidebar. Thank you.
I have nothing to add.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, thank you then. All right. Why don't we go to our guardian ad litem then, Ms. Heiss.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to visit with the younger two children in person. We're waiting for a DNA test that should be coming through soon on the youngest. And mother was recently incarcerated, so that's a change for the children. And the older two children, I haven't been able to visit with yet. So I'm waiting for this to find out the status of the custody filing for the father or what the barriers are there. The children's needs are being met in their current placements, and I have received and reviewed the court report. Thank you.
Did you want to address the outstanding reasons that we may be looking at adjourning the case?
Yes, thank you. On October 11th, 12th, and then again yesterday, which was October 23rd, I attempted to make plans to visit the older two children. They're in the care of their father, and it's a visit that's right in town in Adrian, and I look forward to seeing them and getting updated on their school year and making sure that all their needs are met. But I have not been able to set up that meeting. We were going to Zoom last night just to get it done, but that didn't connect. So I believe that's one reason for an adjournment. The DNA test is soon to be determined. And then the last one was the custody filing. I just don't know what the barriers are, but if we can get some time, Your Honor, to get those things addressed before we come back.
Ms. Thomas.
Yes, Your Honor, I join in or will be the one to make the request for an adjournment. I would like for Ms. Heiss to be able to satisfy her statutory obligations in addition to Mr. Edwards filing the custody paperwork. It is my understanding all of it is filled out. We definitely understand that he works a lot and has a lot of other obligations trying to manage everything. But I do think it would be a better use of our time if we can adjourn for 2 weeks to allow those things to take place and have a full hearing on all of those issues and hopefully get at least one of these parents dismissed from the petition. Thank you.
Ms. Berger.
Yes, Your Honor, I also am in agreement with that request for adjournment. My client is waiting on another ICPC for his home down in Florida, and that has not been back yet. And I don't know if there's any chance of it coming back in the next 2 weeks, but I'm hopeful that when that does, he can be approved for placement. So we are also in agreement.
Mr. McFarland.
Well, my client's incarceration may change for the positive, given some time, so no objection.
Ms. Hennigan.
I have no objections to a adjournment for this purpose. I would state for the record that Mr. Edwards and I have met. through prior approval from the Public Defender's Office, I was given permission to help guide him through completing the custody paperwork, and that has been completed as of October 10th. So I do not see any other barriers that he would have in getting it in other than to physically get it here to the court, Your Honor.
All right, okay, so I want to talk with Mr. Darnell Edwards for just a few minutes. Mr. Edwards, I just want to make sure you understand what's being asked today. So if I agree to move this hearing out to, and what we're looking at, just so you know, is November 8th at 3:30. It's a Wednesday, and that would be Wednesday, November 8th at 3:30. I would be asking you, or requiring you, frankly, to file that custody paperwork and to produce the children to Ms. Heiss within that time frame. Otherwise, you would
Yes, sure.
have to show. Yeah, so you could potentially be in contempt if you don't get those things accomplished by November 8th. Do you see any reason why that would be a problem?
No, she can come today when they get out, or Zoom today if she's available. I actually honestly forgot they surprised me because my birthday was just a few days ago, and they surprised me with dinner because I had the night off last night, but I have today off as well. And as far as the custody paper goes, I did file. They gave me a court date for December 26th at 1 p.m. But they did say that there was like a couple more papers that I had to talk over with my lawyer. So I planned on reaching out to talk to her about that because there was some it was some kind of affidavit that they were saying that was missing. So I have to just talk to her about that. They gave me the paper. So I was going to reach out to her today. I actually planned on coming in there so I could talk to her, but I just lost track of time cleaning up. So that's why I'm doing the Zoom, but I actually did file the papers.
All right, well, perhaps before we log off today, I can allow you some time to talk with Ms. Hennigan so that you can get a time and date set up to talk with her. Would that work?
Most certainly. I appreciate it.
All right, and you'll be able to rejoin us November 8th at 3:30?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are there any other issues then for today specifically?
No, Your Honor.
No, you are.
All right, well, I do find good cause to, thank you. I do find good cause to grant the request to adjourn. There's a number of things happening that we're hoping we'll have some progress on, at a minimum, of course, that custody action and, the cooperation between Mr. Edwards and Ms. Heiss to get that visit done, but also in hopes that we could have some movement or some results as it relates to the ICPC investigation in the DNA test results. There are all outstanding issues in this case that stand in the way of permanency or could very well direct what the court does for purposes of permanency for these children. So for all those reasons, I do find it appropriate, and I am granting the formal request made by the department to move today's hearing on a review to November 8th at 3:30 p.m.
Did we just put Rembert in at 3:30?
No, actually, we just did.
I know, but I thought we set a review for, that's January 8th. Okay, it's not November.
That's okay. I appreciate you looking out
I was
for
getting
us.
my ones mixed up there.
That's quite all right. All right, so we'll be back on this case on November 8th at 3:30 p.m. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Edwards?